All right, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome. My name is Russ.
And I'm Kerry.
And we are the Roads We Roam. We are coming to you from West Yellowstone, Montana. Absolutely gorgeous here. But before we get any further, for those of you who aren't going to be with us Sunday on Mother's Day, Kerry and I would like to wish you all a very happy Mother's Day.
Happy early Mother's Day, everyone. I know there's a lot of you in the room that way.
Yeah. Speaking of mothers in the room, Janice Day is my mom, so happy Mother's Day, Mom. And with her is Tutu. Tutu is my grandmother. Tutu means grandmother in Hawaiian, and she is 99 years old. I think we should probably win a YouTube award for having the oldest person join our live stream.
Tutu is 99 years old, for those of you who don't know.
Yep.
And she's in our live stream, so everybody give her a shout out and a hello. And speaking of hellos, I'm going to run down through who's in the room already. So the early birds and the first thumb uppers are Arnold, Josie, and the fur babies.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us.
Two doves. Ace is already ahead of us, and I'm sure Amanda's with them. They're having cores.
Hey Ace, Amanda, thank you so much for joining us. We miss you guys.
I'm trying a wild huckleberry spritz from St. Chapeau.
You had a little bit of a southern accent on there, huckleberry.
Well, I probably won't be getting this again, but I'll drink it tonight.
So tonight, I am drinking Bluff Charge Pale Ale, which is a Montana brewing company. It's actually Flat Lake Big Fork Brewing Company in Montana, and I'll have to say, I already held it way up to the camera. I'll have to say, I will drink this again. I got a 6-pack, so I won't be wasting 5 of them.
There we go. Dave and Lynn are here, and Lynn was able to stay up because we are on much later on the East Coast, so we do appreciate it.
We've missed you. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you guys are going to be out and about now that you got your tab, and you're going to be out exploring.
Oh, yeah.
Tag, I think I said tab. But we know you got your camper, and we know you're going to be out exploring.
And we know y'all are good on Friday night wines, even though it requires staying up, because I can remember when we were at our favorite Harvest Host location, Island Grove, and it was in our early days of live streaming, and Dave and Lynn, I think that was one of our longest live streams.
Yeah, they were on there all night with us.
So that was good times. So we also have, Mom and Tutu, we said, we're also in here. Donna Delahante's in the room.
Hey, Donna, thank you so much for joining us.
Mike and Trina, I got your message. So it's not Mick all along anymore. It's Mike and Trina.
Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Buddy the Jeep Dog,
hey guys.
And she's saying happy Mother's Day to all the moms, especially the moms with new college graduates. We also have Lewis. Lewis, you survived.
Yeah,
I was looking at your Instagram for the pictures from that horrendous storm, and there weren't any. I was worried about you. I was very worried.
Yeah, we were looking for the storm aftermath footage. We're glad you made it out okay.
Donna's getting, she said mahalo. She's got the little rainbow and everything going on.
Mahalo, Donna.
Getting an RV, a.k.a. Mary.
Hello, Mary.
She's saying hi. So I think I've wrapped up everybody that's in the room. If I missed someone, shout your name out again, and I'll make sure to give you a special hello.
So can I talk, or are we catching up?
You're not allowed to talk for the rest of the hour. Just drink. No, go ahead.
So no, I was out walking Abby today, and I ran into a gentleman. Well, actually, no, this wasn't when I was walking. I'm sorry, I'm getting my times confused. Where was it? Oh, it was Kerry and I were walking through the downtown West Yellowstone, ran into a couple of locals that had a dog that looked a lot like Abby. They could be like cousins or something. But anyways, they mentioned that they take their dog, 2 places they can take their dogs off leash and run them. One of them was south of town. I believe that's south. I don't know. One of them was a national forest land. They said you can do it out there. There's no leash laws, but they said there are elk out there, and they're not sure if you can see the elk, so they're afraid to go off leash out there. And I knew to worry about bear, but I didn't know you had to worry about elk. You'll have to forgive us. I'm a Hawaii boy and a city boy. I'm learning these things as we go. So if anybody can tell me why an elk would be dangerous to a dog, I would like to know. I'm not disagreeing. I just want to understand so I can seem knowledgeable.
Seem knowledgeable and also be able to prepare for when we're walking out there, because I'm sure at some point we'll go out there. I think we are in Yellowstone.
Yeah, we're going to have to buy bear spray. I didn't think that would ever happen, but I guess I've seen people walking around here with bear spray. This back here is town, but on the far side of this RV park, where you guys are facing the opposite direction, is woods, forest.
It's the edge of Yellowstone
Yeah,
Park.
and-
so what you can see behind us, I'm trying to point the right way.
Yep.
There. That's a zip line place. They're still
Yeah.
building it. It should be getting open. The whole town pretty much opens up next week, May 16th.
Yep. That is Yellowstone Zip Line Adventure Park behind us.
A few more people, Kate and KV.
Hey guys, thanks
They're
for joining
in
us.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
They're in Tennessee right now. And with Miss Sophie, I'm sure, right? And then Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat. Hi, guys. Happy Friday. So welcome, guys. Just
Hey,
getting
guys.
you caught up. We are in West Yellowstone, kind of giving a rundown. We left here earlier. We left Vegas earlier in the week.
Mm-hmm.
I have spent pretty much the last 3.5 days out of commission.
Out of it. Yeah. Yeah, Carrie's
I got
been very
some
sick.
sort of flu, virus, bug.
Yeah,
whatever it
stomach.
was.
I think it wasn't really a flu, maybe a stomach flu, a stomach virus.
I hadn't eaten in like 2.5, almost 3 days. So today was the first day I was able to eat and just get out and walk around, not have the chills and the sweats and everything. So it was pretty nice.
Yeah, good timing. You got rid of that right when we needed to for the live chat. That's why we didn't really.
Makeup is an amazing thing. I'm just telling you right now.
That's why we really didn't do any of these other videos this week. We do have a Saturday video coming up, but Carrie's just been very sick.
Yeah, and so it's heavily features Russ. So I hope you all don't mind. We are in week 4 of this beard growth.
Yeah.
So what are you thinking?
Well, it's not itchy anymore, but it's like all over the place. And I have to let it grow long to cover the bald patches that, me being Pacific Islander, I've got a lot of bald patches. So I don't know. We'll have to go. We'll have to check it out. I know I don't like drinking. It feels, if I have to like pucker so I don't get that, my beer or my mustache in my drink. But we'll see. I'm game still.
So we do talk about it a little bit in the video tomorrow, but I will say, I mentioned this to Russ several times over the last couple days. I never got sick really when the entire time we were in the Little Guy Max. Now, Two Doves knows that Russ got sick while we were in it for a couple days.
Yeah, they were hanging out with us when I got sick.
And I didn't have Amanda around to make me a hot toddy or anything.
That's right. I forgot about that.
But I was very thankful that we had the larger space. Yes, it was more comfortable, especially while we were driving.
Yeah.
And we did drive a long distance in a short period of time, so.
Yeah, we came all the way from Las Vegas to Yellowstone in 2 days.
2 days. Sophie is with
very good.
Kate and
KV.
KV. We got Ron. Ron says, I told you to stay out of the buffet at Sam's. That must have been it.
That probably was it, yeah.
We went there like the morning that we were leaving.
It was that
too.
breakfast,
Oh, my
that breakfast
goodness.
buffet, yep.
Oh, you know what? You must have told Russ. I didn't hear that, and he didn't pass along the message, so we'll blame Russ on that. Larry Birch. Hi, Larry. Larry is from Colorado.
Hey, Larry.
And we've also got Kathy W. Been in Yellowstone twice. Enjoy beautiful country.
Thank you, Kathy. We definitely will. There you go, drink. Hashtag definitely.
For the new people in the room, Russ has one of those verbal
crutches.
And so every time he says definitely, everybody in the room takes a drink, whether it's water, milk, coffee, wine, beer, whatever you're drinking for the night. It's just all in fun. There is still snow here, by the way.
It actually snowed yesterday.
It snowed yesterday.
It didn't stick, but it snowed.
It's about 56 degrees here right now.
Yeah, it's nice right now.
Which is kind of crazy because of the weather we had in Vegas over the last few weeks. So
At
it is a change.
nights, it's been dropping into the 20s. 25 the first night, 23 last night.
Yeah, I know. We woke up in the morning, Russ said, it can't be that cold. And I looked at the weather, I said, it's a whopping 25.
But you know what? This is more of a Four Seasons. We've got our water tanks under the bed, so they're not going to get frozen. We have heaters for our gray and black storage tanks, so they're not going to get frozen. And the flooring, unlike the Little Guy Max, when you walk, you can actually don't have to wear socks or anything. It's nice and warm on the flooring.
Yeah, there's so much underneath it between that, where in a travel trailer, you just have the flooring. So being up in this climate, it just made it a little bit easier transition until the warmer weather hits. Dave said, welcome to my world. I'm slowly getting over some sort of crappy cold right now. Lynn keeps telling me I should do tequila shots. It'd be better. I'm with her. Definitely get that tequila out.
Dave, I feel for you, buddy, man. I hope you're feeling better.
No, I I really feel for you as well. And I don't think I could have even had a shot of anything. I mean, I didn't want water. I didn't want anything. It
Yeah,
just
I
all
tried.
sounded
I
horrible.
offered her some chocolate. She's like, eh. I was like,
You know
okay.
I'm sick when I turn down chocolate.
Yeah.
And he was trying. He was being mean. He ran into places. I got, what was that? One of those blueberry Danishes.
No, it was an apple
An
Danish.
apple Danish, and he would just eat it in front of me, but it wasn't tempting at all. I needed to go on a diet anyway. Mary said, West Yellowstone, very busy place. We saw a herd of bison in Lamar Valley almost every day that we were there.
Very cool.
It's not busy yet. So we went to, they have this place called the
Wolf and Grizzly Center, or something center, yeah. Discovery Center.
Discovery Center. We got to see 3 bears playing, several wolves, birds of prey. And when you go there, you get a stamp. Your admission is good for 2 days. So we just happened upon it when we were walking through town.
We pawn it? Oh, happened upon it.
Happened
I
upon
thought
it.
you said we happened to pawn it. I'm like, what? We pawned what?
We're getting a diesel pusher now. But we get to go back tomorrow, and I'm going to take my fancy camera
Yep.
and a really cool camera bag, I may add.
Yep. So yeah, that's a really neat thing about this Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center is they an entrance is $15 for adults. There's a discount if you're military, discount if you're senior, but $15 and you get 2 days entry with that. And one of the very cool things about that, I really don't like zoos, and I don't look down upon anybody who likes zoos or not. It's just for me, I don't like them because I see these majestic wild animals that are in not their natural environment just for our viewing pleasure. But this is so much different because all the animals here are animals that couldn't have made it out in the wild. One of them, one of them was hurt. It couldn't fly, so that's why that bird was there. 2 cubs were orphaned and left out there. So all these animals are there because they need to be there. Some of them have been imprinted on by humans, so they can't handle out in the wildlife. So anyways, I have no problem with it now. I was a little against it until I started reading those signs, and I was like, oh, that's very cool.
Oh, and I saw my dire wolf there. They had the wolves, these big white wolves, and they're acting just like dogs. One found a dog or found a bone, picked it up, looked to see if the other one was looking, ran around a corner and buried it.
At our corner, buried it right in front of us.
Yeah,
so
right
you'll see that video on Saturday's video.
So we have Joyous Voyagers.
Hey guys, Corey
Hello.
and Daniel.
I think they're still in Oregon.
They are, but they're heading this way.
They should come and say hi.
Yeah, I told them if they're anywhere near West Hollywood,
You won't find us.
Yeah, if you're anywhere near West Yellowstone, give us a shout.
This is a really cool town from what I've seen of it. It's definitely a tourist town. We asked one of the locals here, when does it really get busy? And for us right now, the streets are still pretty empty. And she said, oh, it's already started. And so it just gave me an indication that this place must be incredibly quiet during the non-season time frame. But it's going to be picking up. So we took a bunch of pictures of the streets and videos of before the crowds and then during the peak season, so hopefully in a week or two when a lot of people are coming in. They said Memorial Day.
Yeah, we'll be here for a while, so we'll get to see the change there.
We've also got Haas. Hey,
Haas.
And oh my goodness, this is a first. My dad is here.
What? John, hey, thanks for joining us, John. To be honest with you, I didn't know your dad knew how to get into a... Did he even chat?
Yes, he chatted.
Wow.
He said, my wife, a.k.a. Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hey, Elizabeth.
Is going crazy enjoying what you two are doing. Well, tell you what, we are enjoying it too. And you know, you could just still do it. Just go out and buy an RV. We'll just tag along. We'll caravan all around.
John and Elizabeth, I'm impressed that you know how to get in here and chat with us. There are a lot of people a lot younger than you that don't understand it and they have problems doing it. So very cool. Glad you guys could join us.
Tutu can be in the room.
Yeah. Well, Mom's helping, but yeah. Wow, we've got a lot of family here today.
Yaya Dora.
Hey.
Hello, travel vlogger from the Philippines.
Oh, yes. We've seen her videos.
We have.
Yeah, very cool. Thanks for joining us.
And your mom picked up on the direwolf thing. She's like, Ghost? No. Yeah, see, we adopted Ghost because Jon Snow snubbed him so badly in the last episode.
Okay, this isn't.
I'm not giving anything else away, but yes, I'm upset at Jon Snow.
Exactly.
Miss Max Smart. I took my LGM over to Mount Hood, Oregon, to Culver, going to Madras Racetrack tonight.
Oh, very cool.
Ooh, now
Very cool.
racetracks, that's something in common with Jumbink.
Yeah. Is Jumbink in the room right now?
Was earlier.
Oh,
Remember,
very
it
good.
said the Samstown comment.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's right. Joyce Voyagers said, hey, how was the drive there? For the most part, it was okay, but there was a good period where we went through storms. It was pretty windy. We stopped in Nephi
Overnight, yeah.
because a little bit earlier than we had planned on that first day, because we could just see right ahead where we were our target was Provo. There was a massive thunderstorm.
That's not the real reason. The real reason Kerry was sick and couldn't push on. I was ready to push on to Provo, but it actually was a fortunate. I don't know what it was. It was good because it was a nice place to sleep. It was nice and quiet there. Mm-hmm. There were several other RVers in the parking lot with us.
It was a Flying J parking lot.
Yep.
And one of the things that I have learned on the road, it's okay to stay overnight at some of these places, but if they do have an area in the parking lot, like at these TAs and Flying A's, where they have longer parking spaces for RVs and then they have trucker parking on the other side, don't go over to the trucker side.
Yeah.
Because as it was when we woke up in the morning, there's not a lot of places to stop on that stretch of the 15, and the truckers filled up that entire trucker section, and they were all along the road.
There was about 10 or 12 of them out on the road.
And so only take up RV designated spots unless there's a really good reason or there was nothing else and you had to stop for a bit. Mm-hmm. It's kind of frowned upon to take trucker spots at places. So
yeah. I mean, they're working. We're not. So
let's see. Joyous Foragers said they're in Washington right now.
Oh, very good.
And we'll be north of Yellowstone and looking at elevation changes to get down there. You come down. You come see. I'll cook some good food. Oh, that's something else. I wasn't up for food all week, but I did go shopping today. And tonight I'm doing a recipe that we're incorporating in tomorrow's video. So the camper cooking sessions are getting ramped back up, and each week we'll be featuring a different recipe.
Yeah, so these RV camper cooking with Kerry things, we're actually going to do them in series. And these series are going to, the first series we're going to touch on, which is comfort food for us. I think the Spam Musubis fall into that. The California rolls fall into that. It's just stuff that we grew up with, stuff that we like as a family. But this one is going to be a mac and cheese variant that Kerry's mother used to make when she was a little girl, which is definitely comfort food.
And just fun things to make on the road. And a lot of people kind of wonder what you can truly make in an RV. Granted, I now have an oven, which makes it a little bit broader than what I could, but still, just kind of letting people know you don't have to sacrifice as much even though you're out on the road.
So yesterday when Kerry was sick, I got a lot of work done on the bikes. As you saw in our Saturday video.
Bicycles.
Yeah. Why would I say?
You said bikes, and I didn't want people to think I had a cool Harley
Oh,
or something
okay.
like for Mother's Day or whatever.
So
You didn't get me one, did you?
No, I didn't. But maybe. Anyways, I was working on our bicycles, and Kerry's was all set up, but I wanted to give her, in case we were riding at night, I wanted to give her a front light and a back red light. So we got that put up there, and then my bike needed new tires and inner tubes, so I got the brand new tires. I went and bought those in town here and put inner tubes on it, and my bike is all set up. Other than the lights, I've got to go get some batteries for my lights, but our bikes are ready to go. We can be rolling around town in style.
I should probably buy a lot of bubble wrap and a helmet.
Speaking of bikes, Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat, something along that lines. I don't know if I got the...
You got it.
Okay. They have the same bike Kerry has, and they mentioned that in our video from last Saturday. And I was watching one of their videos where I believe Lou was talking about she's a coffee addict. And she was talking about all the different types of coffee. But in the background, you could see Kerry's bike back, or not Kerry's bike, but a bike like Kerry's bike.
It is the bike the official bike of the road crew.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Go to Walmart. It's a
But
good deal.
I forgot the name of the coffee, but I'm going to go back and watch that video. There's some Cuban coffee that she has
Ooh, well, she
that
could
looks
just mention it right
really
here,
good.
and then
Yeah,
everybody
if you're
can know.
still in, if you're still listening, let us know the name of that
Of course
Cuban
she
coffee.
is.
It's the one with the yellow label. Otherwise, I'm going to go back to your video, watch it again, and grab it. Very good information in that video.
Alan Bean says, good evening, peeps. It's bourbon time.
Bourbon. Ellen, I'm just drinking some pale ale, but this is a local brewery here in Montana. Let me show you the can there. Bluff Charge. Very cool. I'll drink this again. I got a 6-pack, and I'll go through that 6-pack.
So Alan, very interesting that we are having our Escapers Moab koozies.
Yeah.
Because Alan spent last weekend in Moab for the first time, rented a teardrop camper that was even smaller than our old one. It was crowded, but we loved it. There's just a certain energy about Moab, and
Yes.
as you drive through that strip, Russ likened it to a Southern California
It kind
town.
of reminds me of Ocean Beach in San Diego. Got that real laid-back, cool vibe to it.
Yes, very.
Without an ocean.
Very cool. Yeah, no ocean, but you have the amazing dunes and
Yeah.
the arches and all that.
Oh,
other
man.
stuff.
Moab is a must-go-to. We will go back, spend some more time. We'll probably go back to Moab Convergence again.
I think so. So Lou got back. Good catch for us. Bostello.
Bostello.
And you
that's
know
it.
what's funny
it's,
about
It's
that?
actually not with a B, because I was listening to her say it's like Ustello or something, like the B is silent. I don't know if you could type it out phonetically, so when I say it correctly, but I want to try that.
We have a can. Not with coffee in it, though. We have an empty can because Ace and Amanda drank it, and Amanda noticed that I kept the oatmeal tins from her stuff.
You have an Ustello
Yeah,
can?
yeah,
Really?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's what it is, the
Wow.
yellow one on it. So I'll have to go and double check, but I'm pretty sure that's what
I
it
wish
is.
you had some coffee so I could try it.
Well, we can go and get some.
Yeah, we're going to have to order some.
Let's see. Haas said we should get official road crew member tees. Russ has a task because he
Yeah.
was talking about updating our Teespring to have #definitely t-shirts, but I think you can also have something that puts...
Yeah, I'm going to update the t-shirts. The t-shirts are going to get an overhaul. You can still get your t-shirts on Teespring, but keep in mind that I'm going to update them. But if you want to get a limited edition, soon to be limited edition, you can go get your Roads We Roam limited edition right now.
Okay, so see, it worked, Russ. We were able to get someone else that's new in the room to speak up.
All right.
Welcome, Adria Chang. She says
me, jeez.
the B is pronounced.
Oh, it is? Okay.
is.
Adria Cheng, thank you so much for joining us.
Karen Igo says, now I'm going to Moab. It's beautiful.
Yes, you are going to love it. We have a good Moab, well, I don't know if it's good. We have a Moab video up there. And we just truly had an amazing time in Moab. And I think Carrie hit the nail on the head when she mentioned that there's an energy there.
Mm-hmm.
When you walk through arches, you feel like there is power running through there. I mean, it's just a beautiful area.
And now, where we stayed, where the Convergence is held at, it's at an old airstrip. And what I found out is they secured that for the event. However, if you're visiting there through different times, you can also stay there. Not sure exactly how. I'll maybe try to look up, because I remember hearing some of the other attendees that wanted to extend a few days. They had to run out and get a pass or a permit for it. So I'll check a little bit into that. But it's worth it because you had great views of these high cliffs on your right, well, the way we were facing, and then on the left you had these snow-capped mountains.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
And that was one time I loved being in the Little Guy Max, because opening up that front window and the two sides, you got that 180-degree view and the breezes that would come through. I loved
It got a little warm there a couple of days. We left just before the coldness hit.
That's true. That's one of the reasons why we left, because there was a snowstorm that was going to go through on the way that we were coming through. So we were just ahead of that snowstorm that came through. And we weren't comfortable with going through that with our rig at the time.
Oh, yeah, and I don't drive in the snow. So we wanted to beat the snow.
Karen said, I'm in Utah National Parks, actually on her way to Arches, and it snowed in Bryce Canyon. So that's that storm that we drove through
Oh,
on the way
yeah.
up here with all that rain.
Yeah.
And then there was snow in that southern Utah area. So, yeah.
So I think I'm going to touch, well, I don't think I actually am going to touch on it, so I can say it here. I hate to give you repeated stuff. You see some of those YouTube channels out there where they just repeat stuff over and over. So I don't think I'll put it in Saturday's video. This will kind of be a treat for you guys here. We drove, I now have 947 miles of driving this rig, our new rig.
He does.
And it drove like a dream through here. Now, it is 34 feet long, so it did take a little bit of getting used to. But now in normal situations, I feel...
Bye, Kate.
Bye, Kate. I feel very relaxed driving it. And when I say normal situations, there are some situations that are kind of hectic, and those will be like where you have construction and you have both directions going face to face in a regular 2-lane thing. That's still kind of a little nerve-wracking, just because I'm still learning on centering, you know, how I can make sure I'm centered. But I towards the end of the trip, I got that down. The thing drives like a dream. We had no problems. The mechanical gauges, everything, water temperature, oil pressure, all that stayed rock solid. I was very happy with the performance.
That was one of my questions, because it is completely different than driving the truck with the travel trailer. Do you feel you picked this up easier?
Backing, yes.
Oh, backing took like 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, it's just like driving a car. The only bad thing is that if you don't have a rear view camera, you can't see anything. That's the thing we have to address. I think we get intermittent.
Yes, I think
use.
there's something with the wiring, because it does work. We get it intermittently, but
Yeah.
it's not consistent, so I still have to get out. But we're practiced in doing that anyway, because the little guy, funny thing, when we were getting ready to go, so learning a whole new pre-flight checklist, we had it down pat with the little guy Max and everything we had to check with hitching the trailer and going through everything, that when we got ready to leave with this, I went in the back and I'm standing there with my little hand dance, and Russ is just sitting there waiting. It took forever, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, check the
Well,
signal."
I was under the
We still
impression
have to
of
check.
we didn't do it with the truck. Why do we do it with this? It's the same thing, but no, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, I think we learned some good practices with the travel trailer. We learned so much just by having the travel trailer at the beginning and gaining our confidence with things, and to not forget and get lackadaisical. Even though this is a different type of rig, it's still an RV. There's still a lot of things to do in that once around, walking around, having that second set of eyes to make sure all the vents are closed and the windows are closed and all the side compartments are closed.
This one here, we have to worry about the step being up. We have an automatic step, and it was not going up the other day, or maybe it was, but we just think it wasn't, because now it's flawless. It's going up every time you close the door.
No, it didn't right away, and I think some water got into it.
Oh, okay.
Because after we drove down, it's supposed to come up right as soon as you close your door, and this one didn't go back up until we were about 5 miles down the road, and then it finally went up.
Yeah, it's a really small step. It's not like some of those big ones that come way out, so you can drive with it, because it doesn't even come out really any further than the actual not tires, but the mirrors do.
So we have some more information from Adria. Said the same company that produces Bustelo also roasts and bags La Lave, in case you run into it, which is also very good. We take an espresso maker with us on every vacation.
Very cool.
And even on cruises. Now that is dedication.
So I see eSleep RV said something along that lines up there.
They said, "You're so funny. It is Bustelo with a B. You're pronouncing it correct, by the way." Something, Ken, in the video you can watch, used to be my late mom's coffee can of Bustelo.
Yeah, that's right. She mentioned that. I saw that it was a very personal piece of equipment. It's kind of like your meme. She calls it the meme bowl.
Yeah.
That was her mother's. Her mother used that, and it's a very, it was a very plain bowl, but it meant the world to you.
Yeah.
So I get that. I totally get that.
It was just this big ceramic, no design on it whatsoever, but that was the only thing, because it just reminded me of family time and the meals together and just all the years. And so yeah, it's just odd, the things that you take with you and you remember. They're just memory triggers, and it's important to keep things like that every now and then.
So I got some, recently my grandmother moved to Florida from Las Vegas. And in doing so, she gave me, I guess she looks at me, and rightly so, because I am very interested in history, but I'm also very interested and very proud of family history. So she gave me all of her pictures from she had from growing up. These are pictures from World War II. She was in World War II in the Coast Guard, stationed in Hawaii. And even before, I've got some pictures from the 1800s, which were my, I don't know, you'd probably be my great-great-grandfather from, he had a boat that he'd take from Nova Scotia across to Europe to trade. So I got all those amazing things. And then she also gave me some silver spoons that belonged to my great-grandmother, Grandma D, Grandma Dentremont, who lived in Nova Scotia. So those are very cool. You know, we try to downsize a lot, but when a lot of times people offer us stuff and we're like, no, don't want it. Well, we want it, but we can't take it. But these things were priceless. So I had to take these things, and I'm very happy to have those.
Mary says, Russ, how is your dad?
My dad is doing much better. I talked to him yesterday. I'm going to call him as soon as we get off this live chat right here. He hopefully will be out of the rehab center here pretty soon.
He did say it was the best weight loss program, though.
Yeah, he's lost like 30 pounds. And his blood sugar, my dad is diabetic. That's half the reason why he had a lot of this issue. But the...
So, yes, shout out to my dad. If you hurt yourself, do not ignore your cuts and bruises. You get them checked right away.
Yeah.
All right.
But so he lost a lot of weight. His blood sugar is amazing. I don't know what the numbers mean, but he said he was 104. I guess he used to be in the 190 range before. But thank you so much for asking, Mary. I appreciate it.
Oh, Buddy the Jeep Dog says, careful. I ripped the steps off our Class C years ago when the steps didn't go up. It was a bad relay. Caught them on a tree next to my driveway.
Oh,
that was
my
my
goodness.
fear. So when the step wouldn't first go up, I didn't want to leave the parking lot. I didn't know what would happen. I didn't know how it would affect when we were driving. So thankfully, I was terrified as I was looking at it. I was watching it in the side view mirror, and I was so glad when I looked back down and it was, well, I figured either it got ripped off and we didn't notice.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. You say either it ripped off or it went away. And it's still here when we got here, so it went away.
So we were grateful that we didn't lose it. As Russ said, it's not very big, so if it did get ripped off, we could still get in and out of the RV.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Some RVs, you know, in the days when we would really go tour all the big campground parking lots.
Yep.
Not parking lots, like Camping World.
Yep.
Some of these RVs, especially like the fifth wheels, we're parked next to a really great fifth wheel right now.
Yeah.
You have to climb up these master stairs just to get
Well,
into these.
yeah, I was
RVs.
watching Nomadic Fanatic had that same issue here recently, and he's got a set of stairs that are huge.
Yeah, it's like
where
3 steps.
I wouldn't drive if I had that issue. But ours is little. Like I said, it doesn't go out further than the side mirror, so I felt comfortable driving.
Let's see, Archeo Digger.
Hey, Archeo Digger.
Hey, folks, weather is just starting to get killer here in Alaska. Is the snow all gone? Because it's not gone here yet.
Yeah, we still have snow up here in Yellowstone. There's a guy that I've been watching, Archeo Digger. You probably know of him. I think his last name is Camacho or Camacho. His Instagram account is Arctic Digger. The guy finds some pretty cool, I mean, not really, really old stuff, but it's from the gold rush up there, as well as even later some 1950s, 1960s stuff cans. But what amazes me is how he's able to clean those cans up. I mean, they're all rusty, and all of a sudden you can see the paint and the design. It's amazing.
I know, when you first look at them, they look like it's been eaten away and
Yeah.
rusted away. Either that or he has a fantastic paint.
Maybe he's an airbrush artist.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the guy does some amazing restoration.
Uniquely Beautiful Journey. I'm new to your channel. Welcome.
Hey, thank you for
Happy
joining
Friday.
us. Always love having new visitors. Hope you stick around
Now,
with
you
us.
just said a phrase or a comment that Russ loves to hear. I'm just letting you know, I've been binging all your events.
Yes, when I hear that somebody's been binging our stuff, it makes me so excited and so happy. So thank you so much for that. I hope it's of some value. I hope it's entertaining to you as well.
So said, love you guys, stay safe and enjoy the ride. We are trying and we're glad to have you along.
And we wish the same to you.
Mary is calling y'all out and saying, hit those thumbs up, guys.
Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. Mary's our thumbs up like police.
That's right. Two Doves said, always keep your feet in good health when you're a diabetic. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. That's very important. Joyce Voyager says, has your LGM already sold? Wondering how quick resale is if we go bigger.
It has not yet.
It has not, but I also think that the consignment place where they
didn't
really
market it very well.
No, and we've been talking about it because I'm having not second thoughts, but I'm not going to be upset if it doesn't sell. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
I said, so the consignment deal is we can have it there for 90 days. And if it doesn't sell, then we're just going to get it, move it to a storage location, and
keep it for the kids.
We're going to keep it for the kids, keep it for any family member that wants to use it, and take it for a trip or something like that, because it does hold something very special, near and dear.
Yeah, and we didn't get rid of it for any bad reason. The only reason we got rid of it is because we were living and working in it full time, and we can do it. We proved it for 6 months.
But I think it is amazing for a weekend.
Yes.
And so something else to prove it. When we were at Moab, there was a gentleman in a Class A asking us about the little guy because he wanted to buy one to tow behind his little guy.
Well, we could start towing this behind ours.
He could get into other places, so he could go to a big campground with his Class A like we are right now, and then he could go take off and get to other more remote places, which we've already found out that if you really want to get into those really out of the way places, you need a four-wheel drive vehicle, and you can use the Rough Rider, and you can get into those places where you can't with the Class A.
There are a couple places that come to mind right off the bat. One of them is Marana. There's no way we'd be able to go to where we were in Marana with this.
Not that spot.
Or Pie Town. We wouldn't be able to go anywhere in Pie Town.
So, long story short, we will let you know if it does sell for the resale value. I think, in the right market, it will go. And I think in that Atlanta area where you're from, there seems to be a good market for it.
Yeah.
Out west, there's a lot of people that have just never seen them before, and they're really surprised about it. So I think once word gets around, I think it'll take a little longer on the West Coast.
But like what we were saying, if it doesn't sell, we're not going to be heartbroken. I'm actually kind of hoping a little bit that it doesn't sell, because then we'll just put it in storage and we'll let our kids have it.
Let's
not
see.
have it, use it.
Yes. So Dad, Elizabeth, just get a truck to tow it with, and you can take some trips.
Your dad and Elizabeth really loved that little unit.
Elizabeth loved it. I don't think Dad stepped. Oh wait, I made him step inside it
just before we left. Yeah,
that's right.
Elizabeth liked it, so there we go. We could let Elizabeth and John use it.
That's right. Archeo Digger said, "Nah, that's Danny in Fairbanks. He finds some amazing relics up there." Yes.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Love his stuff. Love his Instagram channel. He needs to make a YouTube channel.
Joyce Voyagers, is there tent camping at the camp you're out? I don't think so. There are cabins, and there are the lots. We're at the Grizzly RV Park.
Grizzly RV Park.
But there's a couple more in town, and I'm sure.
With a name like that, I wouldn't want a tent camp anyways.
No, we're right along the forest, which they had even said, if we walk our dogs in that, and we have to be a little bit careful. So I think because we're that close to it, they don't have the tent set up. And you can tell we're in bear country because all the trash receptacles have the locks.
We saw a really cool exhibit at the Grizzly and Wolf Discovery Center today. They had a bunch of trash cans, different varying types.
So as we walked up to this, I'm thinking, how messy is that, walking right through the main park, and they had like 20 ugly looking trash cans.
Trash cans, coolers and stuff.
But as you come around, you look at them, and it's a collection of all different types of coolers and trash cans that have been broken into by bears.
I think they actually did an experiment here with the bears there, where they put them out in the habitat area and let them go at it. It was pretty amazing, These bears, one, are very smart, and two, very powerful.
Oh, yes. They're so cute.
I know, that's the bad thing. They look so cute. You almost want to go cuddle them, but you don't realize. You have to realize in the back of your mind that one swat could take your head off.
The Uniquely Beautiful Journey says, yes, I'm here to say blessings. Well, thank you very much, and we're glad you're here. Archeo Digger said, Danny recently found a squirt can from 1959 that's worth $350.
Oh, I didn't know how much it was worth, but I saw that squirt can.
Dang.
Yep.
All right, get back out and go detecting. You can fund our
I'm going
trip.
to have to get a hold of Danny when we get out that
we
way.
won't need YouTube anymore.
Danny likes so I have another YouTube channel called RB Adventure or RB Variety channel, but I also have a Instagram channel. And Danny gave me a very kind comment saying your Instagram channel is my favorite channel of all the diggers out there because he is a big fan of the Indian Wars. And when we lived in El Paso, I had two very good permissions that were both Indian War fort sites for the 10th Cavalry and 9th Infantry, I believe. And he loved that stuff. So I'm going to reach out to Danny when we get up to Alaska and say, hey, man, can you take me out looking for a couple of cans?
There you go. So Archeo Digger, Eat Sleep RV Repeat says, do you guys have a mailing address? Yes, we do. If you go to theroadsweroam.com, click on the contact page, scroll all the way down to the bottom, we have our mailing address right down there on the bottom.
Love to get mail from people. I don't think we've gotten, actually, have we gotten mail?
Yes,
we have. Kate and KV have sent us some mail, but love hearing from you guys.
As long as it's not a bill.
So if you want to send us some physical mail, you can do so.
Pictures.
Postcards, pictures, a little
cool
letter,
rigs.
whatever. You can find that on our website, but you can also find on our website, on any page of our website, there's a little orange tab that says leave voicemail. You can leave us a voicemail there. It's just like leaving a voicemail on a phone. You can do it through your computer or through your tablet. And love to hear your voices.
So Joyce and Mary just said, cool. Which means we didn't help them much because they want to sell theirs after they're done their travels. But we will keep you posted on that for sure.
Yeah.
Alan Bean said, bring it to me in Tennessee. Well, where were you? Tell you what, after 90 days, if it's not there, we might be able to work out an agreement.
Yeah, exactly.
At a very good price.
After 90 days, I might just fly. I'm going to have to go there and get it anyways. So I'm going to have to either take it to where we are or take it to somebody else. So if you're serious and you want it, let me know.
I would just want to see it go to a good home. Because Teddy was a very good travel trailer.
Almost zero problems with Teddy. Just real minor stuff.
Mary said the LGM could be his guest room. We've often said that. You know, it could be a perfect little guest room in the back. You can have people set it up inside.
That's a cozy little unit, especially if you're just doing it on occasion for vacations, or if you're full-timing but you're just one person. Such a cozy little place. I mean, I love that unit. A lot of thought went into putting that together.
I agree. Let's see. Get Bronson.
Hey, Chuck. Glad to see you.
Sorry I'm late. No apologies needed. At least you made it.
You know, we were watching Chuck's latest video, and he was talking about, he says, I hate leaving Sloth, which is his English bulldog. I hate leaving him at the babysitter. I hate leaving at his babysitter. One of the most endearing things about Chuck Get Bronson's channel is that relationship he has with his bulldog.
The mayor of everywhere.
The mayor of everywhere. Check that channel out. It's a very good channel. Carrie and I, we click the bell, so every time that he puts a video out, I think we're one of the first viewers every time. We love watching his stuff.
We've got someone else new in the room, Raquel Grinnell.
Hey, Raquel, thank you for joining us.
I love that alliteration there.
Yeah.
Love the LGM. Where is it consigned? So it is at Las Vegas Park and Sell. And if you go to lvparkandsell.com, it's there under the travel trailers. But if you have any questions about it, just let us know. We'd be happy to answer.
Yep.
Rosebuds Travels.
Hi,
Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome.
I hope you're enjoying your casita out there.
And the trip to IKEA, I was very jealous. I'm like, dang, we almost went to IKEA in Las Vegas.
In Vegas, yeah.
And then it was just the air conditioner in our truck wasn't working very well. And Russ and the dogs were there, and they don't allow dogs in IKEA. I don't know if it's just that IKEA or all IKEAs. So I didn't want to leave them in the truck that long because I knew if I went into IKEA, it would be a while. But I do plan on getting all sorts of cool little...
Well, yeah, we've looked at it. They've got a really nice desk because we're taking out one of the sofas inside the Class A, and we're making it a workstation for both Kara and I.
An official office.
So yeah, and we found some new chairs, some captain chairs, as well as some recliners and a dinette. I think we're going to buy that. It's kind of a big purchase, but...
It's less than a cost of a living room
set
in a regular house. I mean, when you're looking at RV costs, and for what we found it is. But You know, I mean, we are talking about the renovation, but we haven't decided on the exact design yet.
So we do have a Pinterest board, right?
Yes. So I will put that on there. So if anybody has ideas, we've already gotten a couple on
Where
there.
will you
which I
put it?
love.
You said you'll put it on there.
I'll put it down below after.
I'm just playing with you.
I'm still not 100%.
I know. I'm just messing with you.
But I'll put it down below because I would love ideas. We've been going back and forth and back and forth. And one of the limiting factors is the green color of the chairs that we had in the interior. And at first I was thinking, well, they're in decent shape. We're not going to change those. But then trying to find a whole design element based around these sage green colored chairs.
And
I wasn't sure. Now, I'm not saying I won't. If I can still find something that goes with them, they stay.
And thanks to one of our viewers that you actually reached out to who had changed those chairs out.
The GMC owners, yeah.
Yeah, you had asked if it was a difficult job, and they said it wasn't.
So. Yeah, they said it was very easy because they did that in the GMC that they're renovating. Archeo Digger, Rosebud said hi. Okay, I just want to make sure I didn't miss that one. Archeo Digger said, Alaska was a test bed for the canning companies back in the day for soda and beer.
Wow.
If it was well received here, it was used in the rest of the U.S. If not, they became really rare examples of packaging.
So I bet out there you got some amazing
unique ones that you would never see.
Yes, wow, I didn't know that. Thanks for that history lesson there.
Is there like a canning museum where people have like all the cool things? We should go out there, find one of every can, and open it. That's your task. Ooh, it suddenly got dark.
Yeah, it's starting to get a little chilly out.
Eat, Sleep, RV, Repeat said, can you share with us the website where your little guy is up for sale? I will put a link directly to that listing below. Two Dove said the LGM has a little more room than the Casita. Just a little bit. But I think what the main difference between the Casitas and the little guy have is that headspace in the bed area.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've talked about this before many times, that when you're looking for different rigs, you know, it just comes down to your personal preference and budgets. But all these designs, that's one of the things, I think that's why we keep, whenever we can go to these shows and you want to walk inside.
Yeah, we go to them.
It's amazing just what they can fit into these different designs.
And we kind of hampered that a little bit. We caused a little bit more of an issue, what Carrie's talking about, headspace, because we put in a very large 14-inch pillow top queen. It'll fit a regular queen.
So when we pulled out our mattress to put it in here, and then we took the mattress that came with this one into the little guy.
Which was in great condition.
There was just so much more room.
Yeah,
so
you know what you can do? I've seen a lot of people do it. I can't remember the names of it, but there's those little screw-in like plastic springs.
Yeah.
I can't remember the names of them, but there's a lot of channels doing it right now. If you
and
look,
the tabs have them in their system too.
The tabs have them, yeah. If you look on Instagram at an Instagram channel called Turner Max, they just recently did it, and they have different sizes or different firmnesses. You have firm, you have soft and stuff.
So for people that are worried, we didn't run into it, and we had been through a lot of rain and humid areas, but for some people that are worried about condensation and mold under the mattresses, you know, this allows some air to get through that area so that you don't have to worry about it, which I do think if we had kept it, it might have been something we looked into. Now, another thing, if anybody is interested in the little guy, we have the mattress that came with the little guy.
Yeah.
We never slept on it. It's in our storage unit in El Paso. So I don't know how we would work it, but if
we could get that to you if you had some patience.
Yeah, and we could give it to you with the brand new mattress that came with the unit as well. Get Bronson said, you guys are so good to me. I love it.
Well, your family, man.
So nice to me. And then Larry Burt said, how about some thumbs up from everyone?
Thank you, Larry. Much appreciated. Those likes.
It doesn't cost you anything.
Yeah, and it's a very cheap way to support us. And those likes get us out in front of so many more people.
Rosebud said, thanks. We love our casita getting ready for Maine.
Very cool.
You know, the one thing I do like about the casitas and any of those fiberglass, like the Olivers,
yeah.
The Olivers are really cool. They're specifically geared toward, the latest edition of the Olivers are boondocking beasts.
Yeah.
But that whole fiberglass shell just kind of gives you that little bit of...
they're like two pieces, so there's not a lot of chance for leakage.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Unless you start cutting into the roof and start adding a ton of other things. So
Yeah.
if you can get a unit that already has solar and everything put up there.
Yeah,
and then
casitas, Olivers, and I know this totally different, but you'll see where I'm getting at. Airstreams, they all have a timeless look to them because they haven't changed a whole lot over the years on the exterior.
Right.
The exterior look is very classic. You can take somebody who maybe wasn't a casita owner or somebody who didn't know a whole lot about casitas, and you could let them look at a 2002, and then you could let them look at a 2018, and they
won't know the
probably wouldn't be able to know the difference. So that's one of the really cool things about casitas, Olivers, Airstreams.
Escape. We saw an Escape
Escapes, yeah.
17, which Russ was joking because he thought Ace and Amanda
I was
were
like,
here.
they're here.
They're here already. Because we saw one, but it was an Escape that was in the parking lot down the road.
There is a couple of casitas here, or there are a couple of casitas here. There's one over here, and then what was that RV park that is over by the IMAX? There's an IMAX theater here in West Yellowstone.
Pretty cool. Well, we haven't gone to it yet.
No, but I don't think it's open yet.
No, you're right. I mean, like I said, a lot of the things around town are just getting ready. You can tell it's a cool feeling here because the town is getting ready. You see
Yeah,
tons of
it's
workers
coming
out on the
alive.
streets. They're painting the storefronts. They're sweeping the street.
Yep.
It's like getting ready for a big party.
Yes.
I mean, that's just the feeling I got today. And it was kind of good because after not feeling well for a couple of days and coming out not feeling 100%, just walking around feeling that energy and people smiling. I think they're smiling because the weather is finally nice.
Hey, what's the name of that pizza place?
Wild West Pizza.
Wild West Pizza. If you're in West Yellowstone, Wild West Pizza, that is a great pizza.
Russ got it the other night because I didn't feel like cooking. And when we went to the grocery store today, I just asked the woman, I said, hey, as a local, what is the best pizza place in town? And she didn't even hesitate. She's like,
Wild West Pizza. Yeah.
And so
Probably the best pizza I've had since forget about it in Deming, New Mexico, City of Rocks.
Okay.
If you're in City Rocks, Deming, New Mexico.
So did I say Rosebeds? Travis said, thanks, we love our casita, getting ready for Maine.
You did.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Uniquely journey, a beautiful journey, said Captain Chairs. That sounds beautiful. You definitely do need to make it feel like you're home.
Yep.
And that's one of the things we look forward to doing. But one of the other nice things was everything in here is still nice. It's just dated. So I can live with it. It's just like, ooh, I'm in a time warp.
Yeah, this was a gem. We truly, it's one of those things that you just feel so lucky and so blessed to stumble on because nothing was
But I
bad.
don't think it's unique. I think they are out there because I had several people after we put out our tour video write to me and ask, do you mind sharing what you spent on it? Is it possible for us to buy a decent starter
Yes,
RV
you're right. You're
for
right.
a certain amount? Our budget is $20,000. What do you think we can get? And yes, you can find them. You just have to have a little bit more patience to look. And then also, just like when you're home buying, be willing to sacrifice in certain areas. So for us, we tried not to get overexcited about the aesthetics because we did walk into a couple beautiful ones. There was one that we saw in Las Vegas that it was a Georgetown one. Interior was gorgeous.
Yeah, exterior wasn't bad either.
But the engine light was on and it was being sold as is and they didn't say what was wrong with it.
Yeah.
So you don't want to take it. Some people could take a risk and probably be able to fix it. We weren't willing to jump into that. We would rather have a solid running vehicle and work on the aesthetics later. It just depends on your comfort level and what you're willing to sacrifice.
But really, the aesthetics of this aren't bad. Like you said, they're just dated a little bit.
Yep.
It looks like a great rig outside and inside.
Mary, she guessed it. I'm pretty sure she guessed it. Froli. The
Froli.
little underbed things.
That's it. You're right. Yep.
So
Thank
the
you,
Froli
Mary.
system, I will find some information on that. I will also put, I'm going to have to rewatch this
know
whole
what?
video so I can remember all the links to put underneath.
Yeah, I'm gonna plug somebody here, Randy's Adventures. Yeah, I don't know why it didn't pop into my head. The Instagram one did with
It's because
Max
you're on
Turner.
beer number 2.
Yeah, but Randy's Adventures has a installation, I believe, unboxing of those. So if you're interested in that Froli
Just to
system,
see how,
check her video out.
especially she goes through the whole thing, I believe, of putting them all together. So you see how they come in a box and how you put them together.
Yep.
And if you hear the dogs, it's because a poodle walked by and
A very large poodle.
they're saying hello. Raquel said, thanks, love the LGM at the Maryland RV show this spring. We've narrowed it down to that or the Cirrus 670 truck camper.
Oh, I love that.
Your channel has given us lots of real life use intel.
Well, thank you. Those are
yeah.
such kind words. Much appreciated. That Cirrus 670
I love
truck
the
camper.
Star Trek bathroom.
Did you hear me? Oh, if you get that, you've got to do some video. You've got to show us because that was super cool to walk through that.
I mean, so yeah, you're looking at two different types of units, you know, a tow behind versus a truck camper.
Yeah.
So what I don't know here is whether you're just doing it for vacations or if you're doing it for potential full-time. And even if you're doing it for vacations, the one thing that we realized when we were looking at truck campers, the storage space, we didn't realize until we were moving stuff into the Class A here.
How much stuff we had.
The truck of the back bed of our truck actually held. And for being full-time, or even if you're just going on long vacations, when you have these smaller units, having the ability to put all the extra things like the extra gas cans, the extra propane
generators.
tanks, the generators. Although I think, didn't the Cirrus have a generator?
I don't remember.
Okay.
We may have frozen there. Sorry, I got a low battery warning. But yeah, Carrie's right. There are so much that we had put in the back bed of that truck.
So just, I mean, when you're making the decision between the two, try to think of how you're going to be traveling and what type of things are important to you to take with you and whether or not they will fit into that. And we couldn't go without the storage space that the back bed of the truck afforded. So that made us definitely lean towards a travel trailer.
That too, and we would have had to go with a bigger truck because even though they said you can fit in some 1500s, it's very... It's
iffy.
It's very iffy. But speaking of trucks, it was kind of sad. We had our 2014 GMC Sierra, affectionately known as Black Betty.
She's going to go to a new home. We turned her in at CarMax.
Yeah, we got rid of her. She sold. We got a very good price on her because she was in excellent condition. We had the big BMF wheels. We had nice big tires. We had tonneau covers.
So we do not have a tow vehicle, and
hence the bikes.
Yeah, hence the bikes. And we are on we are in a situation right now where we don't need it. We want to save a little bit more money because we have made that conscious decision that anything that we're going to get, we're going to pay cash for.
Yeah.
And so we're going to see how long we can go without a tow vehicle.
Yeah, it'd be very nice if we could go without of it.
Because walking around town, Russ is already like...
We did some walking today, you guys. We did some walking. Carrie fared better than me, and she was sick. But no, we're going to see if we even need one. Because immediately you think, yes, you need a tow vehicle. You need a tow behind vehicle with your Class A. And a lot of people say you do. And
we probably will at some point, but we are thinking of options.
But we're going to see if we can. You know, we have bikes right now. That'll work. You know, who knows? Maybe a couple of mopeds.
Yeah.
You don't have to register those if they're under 50 cc's. And they're a lot of fun to ride. Mm-hmm. Who knows? Maybe that'll work for us. But maybe they won't. Maybe we'll end up with a tow behind vehicle.
So we're not committing to anything. We figure in this, while we're in this state of we don't know, it's better to just kind of wait and figure it out as we go along. Pamela Rogers says hi from Jim and Pam in Seattle, our new neighborhood.
Hey, Jim and Pam. Nice to meet you.
Which part of Seattle?
Yeah, our son lives in the Queen Anne area.
Lower Queen Anne.
Yeah.
Two Dove said, that's awesome. We're headed to an egg or fiberglass meetup before we head to Yellowstone. See, that would be a really cool thing to see. And I'm upset that little guy did not have tier stocks this year.
Yeah, that would have been a very cool
just
event
to see, because
attend.
we got so excited when Joyous Voyagers showed up, and there was another little guy Max Park right next to us. Could you imagine a whole park full of them? Yeah, that would be very cool. Not only that, but we got excited when we saw tabs.
Yeah.
So just having the tabs.
Yeah, they're cousins. Guys, they're cousins of the little guys.
Well, and they're like the more colorful Easter eggs of the bunch, I think.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to describe those.
Even though the what is it? Why am I... fiberglass. Casitas.
Oliver's, Casitas.
eggs. Chuck said that mustache is looking good.
Like it?
Oh, get back.
It's the only thing I got, man.
Scruffy right now.
I was to be honest with you, Chuck. No, the mustache is good. To be honest with you, Chuck, I was watching your video today. I saw that full beard that you can sport. I was a little jealous.
Yeah, because he grew it in less time than you.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I even charged the clippers today, and I said, Russ, you got to clean that up a little bit."
Negative.
Yeah.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
A
The
little bit
pattern is
scruffy.
full.
I'm not saying you have to get rid of it, but you got to clean it and trim it a little bit. So Mary said, that reminds me, have you rearranged the truck bed recently? Then wait, Black Betty gone? What? And really, it made its decision for us because we could not flat tow Black Betty behind us. And it was either Russ drive that while I drive Black Betty behind, or we spend the money and buy a big thing to tow behind, and we just figured at this time it was probably better.
So we're going to catch up here in a second. Carrie's going to read all of your comments that we need to catch up on, but we just crested an hour, and we like to limit it to an hour. We respect your time. We thank you so much for joining us.
And your low battery thing went off.
Exactly. But do we have any catching up we need to do?
Well, Joyce Voyager said, why in the world wouldn't they do that this year? They just had so much going on with the development of some of their other projects, and they lost their marketing director. And so they just were overwhelmed, and they didn't have the ability to pull together an event of that magnitude.
Yeah.
They're hoping to do it next year, and we're still in touch with Joe. So we'll keep you apprised if we hear anything about anything for 2020.
Yeah, you can still see our stuff on their website.
Mary says, Mini Cooper? Yeah, that would be really cool.
That's a cool idea.
Lynn said, it's fun. There's always local teardrop meetups.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, we never saw any while we were on the road, but then again, we were traveling in the off season.
I think the Delaney's have one coming up here pretty soon.
They do have one coming
Guys,
up.
that's another great channel, Travels with Delaney. If you're into teardrops, small travel trailers.
And they're getting ready to kind of hit the road for the season.
Yeah, they're going to hit 10,000 subscribers. We've had such good experience with them. Great people. Check them out.
We've looked at these too, Chuck. Get e-bikes.
Yes,
They're
we've
expensive.
definitely looked at those.
They're expensive, but I guess no more expensive than if you were to get a smaller car or something like
yeah.
that. Pam says, has your son ever done metal detecting at Old Luna Park in Alki? That is an area we live.
So
Brett only does it when
he's with me. Yeah, Brett did it earlier when he was younger, but when he got a little bit older and girls started noticing him, and he started noticing girls, it wasn't the coolest thing to do. I think he'll get into it later because he has a love for history, just like myself. But to answer your question, no, he doesn't.
Someday it'll come back around. That's just how it happens. You know, you do things and then they're not cool, and then you come back to them and they are.
Yeah.
Buddy the Jeep Dog said, enjoy the chat. Happy Mother's Day, Carrie. Kisses to Billy Nappy. Aw,
Thank you. Happy Mother's Day to you too.
Happy Mother's Day to you too. Lynn says, great to watch again. Don't forget us when you head back to Niagara. We will not forget you.
We want to hook up with you guys because you guys seem like a great couple, and you got a lot going on. So we look forward to seeing you guys when we're out that way.
Chuck said, I've been working on my beard for like 8 years. LOL. It's still a patchy mess.
Looks better than mine. But thank you for that. Makes me feel a little better, Chuck.
Pamela laughed. She said, our sons are the same. Well, that's good. Oh, wait, Pamela, are you the one whose son owns the butcher shop? Because there was somebody I was talking to, and forgive me if my head is still kind of not all there. But there was somebody I spoke with this week that their son owns a butcher shop in the Seattle area.
Oh, wow.
And I had sent Brett a
Yes,
message.
that's her.
Okay, good. Yes, I've still got to talk with Brett and find out if he's been there yet. Mary said, have a great time in Yellowstone, my favorite, Lamar Valley, and the drive to our Gardner, lots of elk in Gardner.
Very cool. So we'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we plan on making a lot of trips in and around the area.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of day trips while we're out here.
Pet the pups for me. Good night from Mary.
We will. Thank you, Mary.
Pamela Rogers said yes. Mike and Trina said bye all.
Bye,
Mom
guys.
said bye. Bye, Tutu.
Bye, Mom.
Bye, Mom.
Happy Mother's Day. I love you and Tutu so very much.
Donna, happy trails. Smiles to
you.
Pamela said the Swinery in West Seattle. So everybody, if you ever go to Seattle, check out the Swinery.
There you go.
Give some support. Mary said Happy Mother's Day, Carrie, and all the other mothers in the room.
Yep.
And Mom said the same. And Judy Payne
Hey,
says,
Judy.
bye. Yeah,
Glad
hi,
you joined us.
Judy.
All right, guys, we're going to end now. Thank you so much. You made our Friday night so much better. I hope we made yours a little better. If you can and you haven't, please like the channel and or like the video. And if you've got anybody you think might like the channel,
Bye,
give it to
Chris.
them so they
Bye,
can
Lynn.
subscribe
Bye,
to
Dave.
it.